Java, let us start with the certain installation process. The first thing is check out whether your Java, check out whether Java got installed in your machine or not. That's going to be the first activity which we need to do. So how exactly we can cross-check means you can open your command prompt and you can type Java. And if you are getting this information, we can say that Java was successfully installed. If you are not getting this information, then we can say that Java is not recognized as an internal or an external command. Okay, Java is not recognized as an internal or an external command, with which we can confirm that, okay, so we are just going to specify this system. And then the next point here is, whenever you haven't installed Java, how you need to deal with it is, go to your browser and here search for Jdk free download. Search for this Jdk free download. Click on this Oracle site link, basically, that will be navigated to your Oracle official website from where you can download this Java. And whenever you scroll down this particular information, you can find this Windows. See here, I'm using a Windows machine and this is a Windows 86 or a 64-bit. Okay, I just want to deal with this, either 86 or a 64-bit. The only thing that we need to do is you need to download these, any one of these exe files. So mine is a 64-bit operating system, hence I'm downloading this related to a 64-bit operating system. If you click on it automatically, okay, if you click on it automatically, it will be navigated to a login screen where it will be prompting you to enter the username and a password. Here is the place where we guys need to enter the username. So I'm just entering my username and a password here in order to download the Java. This is what the username is. I'm placing this username in a chat box. Okay, and even I'm just placing my password. New pass at the rate of 123 is the password. So you guys are no need to create any account from your end. The only thing that you just need to do is, in order to download it, just log in with my credentials and click on sign in. Automatically, this JDK file will be downloaded to your machine. Okay, automatically this JDK file will be downloaded to your machine. And upon downloading this file to your machine, the next point that we need to consider here is, once after we have downloaded this JDK file here, the next scenario that we need to consider is double tap on that downloaded exe file and continue with your installation. Okay, so JDK. Where is this JDK? See, this is the file it's going to download. Double tap on that particular file and follow the installation process. That's it. Continue with that or follow the installation process. Automatically, the installation will be completed. Okay, once this installation got completed, the next point of what you guys need to do is you just need to go to your, okay, once you double tap on that file and once you completed your installation, you just need to go to your C drive. Let us go to your C drive, programming files, and there you can find a Java folder here. Okay, inside the C, inside the programming files, you can find a Java folder here, with which we can confirm that, this is successfully installed. Okay, this is successfully installed. Okay, perfect. And once you find these files, then the next point that we need to do is, whenever we install Java to our machine, we need to do some configuration part in the same machine. So what is the configuration part that we guys need to do? Right, we should know, right, what exactly the configuration part that we need to do is, the only thing that you need to do is you need to update the Java installed location in the environmental variables. You just need to update it in the environmental variables. What exactly this environmental variables means? These are the variables where in which your open source softwares like Java, Jenkins, Maven, all these softwares installation location will be updated so that your system will recognize it, and whenever you want to perform any operations in this machine, your system will go ahead and it will search in that particular environmental variables. Earlier, I typed Java in my command prompt, right? Wherever I'm typing Java or whenever I'm typing Java, by default, it will go to the environmental variables section and it will compare whether that variables is there or not. It will cross it. So this guy is using Java, whether Java is installed in this location or not, let us cross it. So that particular point that we call it as an environmental variables, which is a key for your machine that should be added for sure. How to update the environmental variables? The only thing is right click on this PC, go to properties. Okay, right click on a PC, go to properties, and the right hand menu, you have an advanced system settings. Okay, you have an advanced system settings. Click on this advanced system settings. Okay, so whenever you clicked on this advanced system settings, this is a pop-up that's being populated. Okay, and on this particular pop-up, what we need to do is there is an environmental variables tab. Okay, click on these environmental variables. And whenever you clicked on this particular environmental variables, this is the pop-up that it's being displayed. Okay, this is the pop-up that it's being displayed. The only thing that you need to do is whenever this pop-up got displayed, so inside the system variables, okay, we have a system variables here, right? Inside the system variables, create a new, type it as a Java underscore home, and whatever the JDK file location is there, just specify the JDK file location here. So JDK, so this is what the location is. Copy this location and paste it here in a Java home. See, this is the way how exactly you need to create a Java home here. We just created a Java home, guys. Okay, and once after you have created this Java home, then the next point that we need to consider here is, if you scroll down, you can find a path variable. All these information you need to do under this system variables section itself. This is the bottom section. Okay, and here click on the path, choose edit. A new pop-up will display here for this particular path. And on this, you just need to update your Java location. See here, C programming files Java JDK /bin. Additionally, the only thing what I have done is move into the bin folder, copy the bin folder location and paste it here directly. That's it. So why we need to paste this bin folder location means, if you see here, this bin folder, it has the complete set of Java installable executable files are there that are required for us. So that's the reason we just need to specify the bin folder location within that particular, okay, the bin folder location within that particular environmental variables. So far, what we have done on a high level, let me list down here. We downloaded JDK, we installed JDK, and later we updated Java location in environmental variables. That's it, guys. Any questions for me on this? Everyone, Jagadishwar, Shiva, and Shobhan, Raj, and others. Any questions?
Okay, sir. No.
So this is a simple thing. We just need to download this and we just need to use it. Immediately, a quick question will rise in our mind. We are downloading this JDK. So what exactly this JDK means? Why are we using this JDK? So before jumping on, JRE, JDK, and a JVM. JDK, JRE, and as well as a JVM. So JDK, it's a Java Development Kit. JRE, it's a Java Runtime Environment. Okay, JDK means it's Java Development Kit, and JRE means it's a Java Runtime Environment. And what is a JVM? It's a Java Virtual Machine. Perfect. So, okay, we are good with these definitions then. What exactly this JDK will do? Why are we using this JDK? What is the significance of this particular JDK? We should know, right? So this JDK is used. So if your requirement is to create a Java program and to execute a Java program, in such situations, we need to install this JDK to your machine. If your requirement is just execute a Java program, install this JRE to your machine. Okay, if your requirement is to just execute a Java program, then you will be using this JRE. But if your requirement is in order to create and execute a Java program, then JDK should be installed. A quick example for this one is, we as a Selenium testers, we will be creating a Java program and we will be executing that particular Java program. Whatever the program we have created, we will create it and we will execute that particular program, which we call it as a creation and execution of an automation test script. And the JVM, which is an abstract computing machine. So it will come by default whenever you have installed this Java. So what is the significance of this JVM means? It will help in converting the source code into a machine understanding language. See guys, we are writing down the code. This code should be converted into a machine understanding language. In order to convert our code into a machine understanding language, we are using this JVM. This will be automatically dealt. Okay, as of now, a quick question for you. For us, we need to write down a Selenium Java program and we need to execute the Selenium Java program. Do we need to install JDK or a JVM? Which one we need to install, guys? Can anyone tell me? JDK or JVM we need to install? See, JVM is to only execute the Java program. JDK to create and execute the Java program. And as of now, we as an automation testers, we need to create and execute our Java programs. Then what we need to install, guys? JDK or JVM?
JDK.
Yes, JDK is the one that we need to install. Okay, good. So that's the reason if you observe, whatever the download we have done, we have a search for JDK pre-download itself, right? I have downloaded JDK itself. Okay, good. Done the deal. And once we are done up to here with this JDK download and configuration part, let me tell you one small example here. The example here is, I want to write some information. I'll be using a Word document as my editor to write the desired info. Right, I am typing something. So where I am typing something, I'm using this Word document as my editor and I am typing my desired information within this Word document itself. Okay, within this Word document itself, I'm just typing this information. And then the next one is, okay, the similar way, in order to write and execute the Java program, we need to install, okay, in order to write and execute a Java program, we need to install a separate editor in which we can write down our source code. Okay, so we can write down our automation code or a Java code in that particular editor. In the real world, majority of the organizations are using Eclipse as their editor in order to write down their source code. Eclipse is the editor which is being used by majority of the people in the real world to write their Java code. And few people will use an IntelliJ editor, okay, depending on their customizations, they can use any one of those editors. For me, I'm using this Eclipse as my editor. As we need to work on this Eclipse editor, the next installation that we need to focus is an Eclipse. So get the Eclipse editor and install it. So go to Google, Eclipse editor free download, and navigate to this any one of these reference links, and then here click on this download x64-bit. Automatically this download will happen, and then once it downloaded got completed, you can find this Eclipse in the console like this. Eclipse installer Jdk Jre, something like that. You can find this information in the here, with which we can confirm that, okay, with which we can confirm that we were able to log in. Okay, so now double click on this Eclipse icon. Okay, so whenever you perform a double click operation on this Eclipse icon, it will be prompting you with various options that you need to install. Let it load. So here on this pop-up, so here it is prompting with Eclipse IDE for the Java developer. Okay, on this it's prompting with Eclipse IDE with a Java developer. The only thing you need to do is you just need to pick this particular option. Whichever the option is being populated, you just need to use this particular option here. That's it. So you can pick the second option and you can finish this installation. That's it, guys. You don't need to do anything else. You just need to select the second option and you can complete your installation. It will take a few minutes for you to complete the installation, but still just proceed with that and complete this installation. Okay, good. Any questions on this Eclipse download, guys? Everyone, any questions on this Eclipse download, or you are good so far?
Sir, not on this Eclipse download, but coming to Java, you spoke about Jdk, Jre, and Jvm.
Yes.
Jdk create and execute the program, Jre to execute the program, and Jvm is used for?
Yeah, that's whatever the code you have created, that code should be translated into a machine understanding language, right? This JVM is okay, responsible to translate the code into a machine understanding language. That will be handled internally. You can't see that particular operation explicitly. Okay, and moreover, whenever you have installed this JDK, if you guys remember, I have installed JDK to my machine, right? When I navigated to the programming files inside the Java, I can find both the JDK and the JRE. Both the things I have identified here. Okay, I have identified both the things here. Okay, good. Done the deal. So here, whenever you install this JDK, automatically JDK and JRE will be populated. Okay. Any questions for me on this? Is this point clear for you all, everyone? So far what we have done, so the conceptual wise, if you see, it's going to be a huge thing. But if you list down the points wise, the first thing, I have a downloaded Java JDK and I have installed it. And later I navigated to the environmental variables and I have updated my environmental variables. Okay, I have updated my environmental variables. And then once you are done with this two, then the third step is download the Eclipse editor and install it. That's it. These are the three things. These are the three. Yes.
Yeah, if it's there already in our system, Java, if it's there already, we need to install again.
No need. If it is already installed in your machine, you no need to reinstall anything. If you have already installed Java, if you have already installed Eclipse editor, then just skip these points from your end. If in your machine Java is not installed and Eclipse is not installed, then only install these things. Okay.
Okay. And I didn't hear what you said about Eclipse, how to download and all.
Directly.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, you can search in a Google Eclipse editor free download and click on a first link. It will be navigated to the Eclipse download screen. And here, this is the file that you need to download. And upon downloading, double tap on it, automatically the file will be installed. While installing, you just need to choose the second option that I have populated a few seconds before. That's it. Okay, Deepa?
Okay.
And we do have a detailed running notes for this Java as well. So that I will be sharing with you all today. Okay, with everyone, I'll be sharing you these Java running notes so that you can have a clear-cut idea on this Java installation and how you need to download all these steps. You will get a clarity on that particular piece. Okay, perfect. Any questions for me on this so far, Sunanda? Others?
No, just
perfect. So one thing here, as we started with the Java concepts, the only thing that required from your end is right after completion of this class, just spend 10 to 15 minutes and practice the things whichever we have discussed in our sessions. Okay, whichever we discussed in that session, right after the session, just spend 10 to 15 minutes and practice the concept, which is more than enough for you. So you don't need to practice a lot. So after the session, just give 10 to 15 minutes and recap what we have done, write the programs and execute them. That's the only thing. So this part, we can treat it as an Java configuration. Okay, good. Done the deal. This is all about a Java configuration part, guys.